Hi guys, anybody here? Oh, I need something to... Ooh, the phone. Anybody here, guys? Hello? Whoop, 1 second. So, like you know, I've been having problems getting connected through Google Hangouts again. Oops, that's not working so well. How about like this? Big fingers. Ah, some people are coming in. Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. How are you? Let's see if this works like this. Ooh, big hand. Hi, guys. All right, I'm finally seeing your comments. I'm sorry, I tried again through Google Hangouts, but I think this is not going to work until I move. I'm going to change house in roughly a month. So by then I should have a much better internet connection and hopefully it will make everything a lot easier. Hello, Ala. How are you guys? How was your week? Have you had a good week? Busy week, stressful week, fun week? How was your week? Hello, Bella. You had a good week, Nahid. Tell me about one good thing that happened during your week. What was the good thing? What was the highlight of your week? The highlight of your week is the best thing that happened during your week. Let's see. I know my internet connection is a disaster. And at the moment, there's not much I can do, Ala. But like I said, I'm going to change house in less than a month. And hopefully, that will make everything a lot easier and a lot better. All right, let's see. Nothing good for you, Marco? Oh, I'm sorry. Busy week for Bella. Busy week for Nabil as well. And Zahid, you visited your village and met some friends. Awesome. That's nice. What about you guys? Everybody else? What was the highlight of your week? I'm happy to see you too, Marco. You're here every week. That's awesome. Okay, guys. So, as you know, today we are going to have a look at modal verbs. So we're going to start with all the general rules, the mistakes that you want to avoid when using modal verbs. We're also going to have a look at two different types of modal verbs. We have marginal modal verbs and the pure modal verbs. So we'll have a look at what they are. And then I decided to focus on a specific use, which is necessity. Because as you know, modal verbs can be used for obligation, necessity, prohibition, probability, ability. So that's a lot of things to cover in just one lesson. So today, all the basic rules for modals and how to express necessity with modal verbs. Okay? All right, up. Yeah, so there's prohibition as well, but we're not going to do that today. That's too much. All right, guys. So, another little comment. Exactly. Have to is a modal verb. Exactly, but it's what type though? That's the question. Is it a marginal or a pure modal verb? Hello, Shrif. You're always here. Hi, English communication. So I've prepared all my materials for today because you know my board doesn't work very well. I've still managed to use it, but I think that might be the last time I use it. It might go to the rubbish bin after the class. Okay. Thank you, Shrif. It's so nice to see you. I've noticed some of you just keep coming back and it's awesome. I love it. Okay. So the first thing that I want to go over is types of modal verbs. Hello, Koki. Because the rules that I'm going to teach you only apply to some of the modal verbs, not all of them. So I mentioned pure modal verbs. I've made a little list up to help you memorize them. So my little trick is, as you see, there's 2 that start with a C, then 2 with an S, 2 with a will, and 3 with a W, and 3 with an M. Okay? So you should just make a little song in your head. I always go can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, must. Okay? So the rules that I'm going to teach you guys are going to apply to those particular verbs, because marginal modals don't follow all the rules. Okay, so these are our pure modal verbs. I've thought a little system to try and keep that on, so I'm going to try and put that up there, so hang on just a minute, guys. Up. I have a board, so I have to innovate. Can we see it here? Oh, you can't really see, it's too far, isn't it? Well, I'll still put it here. Hop. Yeah, it's too far, I don't think you can see. Yeah, oh well, I'll show you again afterwards, guys. Alright, so we've seen the list of pure modal verbs. Can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, must. Okay? I know, it's too far, but decoration. And then I've made a little list of some marginal verbs. There are more, okay? But these are some of the marginal verbs. So we have need to, be able to, can't read backwards, ought to, okay? Ought to is similar to should, guys. Then we have to, had better, and it's not a mistake, it is had better, okay? Have got to, and then we have be allowed to, be supposed to. So those are some of the marginal verbs, okay? I will show you the list again in a few minutes. Okay, so this is portion, some of the marginal verbs. Good? So far so good, guys? Nothing crazy, nothing really new, right? Okay, so now I'm going to show you my board. I'm going to show you my board. And what I've done, so I've only used pure modals. Okay, now we're going to have a look at all the rules that you have to follow always. Okay, the rules of the pure modals. What I've done, I've written, I think it's 6 sentences with pure modal verbs, but every single one of the sentences has a mistake. So we're going to try to correct, and through the correction, we will deduct the rule. Okay? Write a little thumbs up or something down below to tell me that you understand what we're doing. Oh, just a little thumbs up, guys, just to let me know that you're following along. Okay, good. Thumbs ups are coming in. Awesome. All right, so let's have a look. Hopla. Oh, I'm gonna have to stand here. No, you can't see me here. All right, I'll do it like that for now. Okay, so Bella, that's a good idea. I'll keep that in mind for the future video how to write. Perfect. So let's focus on our first sentence. We have, I must to study today. Can somebody try to point out the mistake in the sentence? What is the mistake? I'll wait for you guys to tell me. Red. The to, very good, Shrif. Why? Why is that incorrect? Because pure modal verbs are never, ever, ever followed by a to. Okay? It's followed by what we call the base verb, which means the verb in infinitive without to. So here, I must study today. Okay, that's our first rule. So never to after a pure modal verb. Good? Let's continue. Number 2. Do you can speak English? No, I don't can. There's actually 2 mistakes in here. So what are my mistakes, guys? Oh, it's a bit complicated. Okay, do. And then we have can as well. Can you try to be a little bit more specific? Okay, so Shreyf said, can you speak English? And then we have English Connection that said, no, I can't. Very good. Now, why can I not add do before? Okay, because do is used, it's an auxiliary verb that we use to form negatives and questions. The thing is, pure modal verbs are auxiliary verbs. So we don't need to add another auxiliary verb. So let's correct that. Oh no, boy, this is very uncomfortable. So we should say, can you speak English? Okay. No, I cannot. Cannot is one word. Okay. It's the same as can't. But can't is the contracted version. Okay? So far so good? I think we're okay. Let's continue with the next one. We have, he is shoulding clean the house. What's wrong? Can you see? Oh. Ah, it's much better on this side. Alright guys, so what's wrong? He is shoulding clean the house. Good, Hamza, no ing. Okay? I know, it sounds very wrong. Very, very wrong. So this was to show you that pure modal verbs, exactly, Hamza, they're never affected. They're not affected by past, by ing, by any of those tenses, okay? No continuous, no past, no perfect. The verb in itself cannot change. Exactly, Bella. So, he, I'm left-handed, that's difficult. He should clean the house. Exactly the same, Hamza. We will never have an S in third person singular. Good, because we don't actually conjugate the verb. Okay? Now, I know some people will tell me, yes, but could is the past of can. It can be used as its past, but the verb in itself doesn't change. You just use a different verb. Okay? All right. Next one. He should did his homework. Oh, can you see it correctly? Yeah. He should did his homework. He should do his homework. Okay, but why do you think I use did? Because I want to refer to the past, right? So what can I do if I want to use a past? I can't say he should did. So what can I do? If I want to say that before, good, Shrif, should have. Again, the verb doesn't change. We don't need do ever because it's already an auxiliary. So afterwards, we're going to use a structure that looks like a present perfect. It looks like it, but it's not, okay? Should, so here I'm going to use have. Wrong hand, it's very difficult. Should have done his homework. Good, guys? All right, we have 2 more rules to go. So can you see this one? Yes. Well, I'm in the corner. Maria can sing at the party. Maria, you don't understand have done. Okay. So I want to say that the should, okay, the necessity or obligation somehow, I wanted to say that that was in the past. The person was supposed to do their homework in the past, right? But I cannot say should did. So if I want to add that element of past, my only option is by adding have a verb in past participle. Okay, better? So let's go back to number 5. Maria can sing at the party. I think somebody got it right. Somebody said no double modality. Well, yes and no. You can never have two pure modals together. Okay, so no can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, must. Never together. But I still want to express can. I still want to express ability. Okay, so my only option is to use a marginal modal. So do you know a marginal modal that expresses ability? So I'm still going to use will, but I need to find something else to express can. What is it? Good, Hamza. Perfect. Able to. Be careful, it's actually be able to. Okay? So here I'm going to remove can. Maria will be. I'm sorry, I read very badly on this hand, with this hand. I will be able to sing at the party. Good. She'll be able to sing at the party. Very good, guys. Perfect. All right. Yes, those are really big mistakes, Hugo. Absolutely. But I've seen them all. Good English communication. Maria will be able to sing at the party. And we have our last rule. Basically, those verbs don't have an actual infinitive form. They only have a base verb form. So we never say to can, to will, excuse me, to will, to should. That's impossible. Okay? Watch out. Shrift, can we say could? Maria could sing at the party. So grammatically it's correct, but it doesn't express exactly the same thing. Maria could sing at the party is more like a possibility, okay? It's possible that she'll sing at the party, but here we're focusing on ability. So that's why we're using be able to instead of could in this case. All right? Makes sense, guys? Any last minute question about our basic rules of the pure modals? I love how you guys are supporting each other and encouraging each other. That's amazing. Awesome, I love it. All right. Good, guys? No questions? Shall we go on? Oh, little comment. Can we say we'll sign up? Why not? Can you give me a sentence, Bella, to explain a little bit more what you want to say? You can say will sign up. Sign up is just a phrasal verb, so you can use it with a modal verb, no problem. No problem whatsoever with that. Okay? All right, let's continue. Hopla. Oh, it's a bit dark. Will sign up tomorrow. Yes, Hamza, but be careful, you need a subject. I will sign up tomorrow. She will sign up tomorrow. Always have a subject in English, guys, unless it's an imperative, an order or instructions. Okay, good. All right. So I've made another little paper. Ooh. Well, several other papers with our rules to express necessity. Okay, so remember, all of the modal verbs that I'm going to use today can be used to express other things, absolutely. But we are only focusing on necessity, okay? Or lack of necessity, which is the opposite, okay? Good. Necessity. Let's start with basic, okay? We have need to. That is probably the most common one. So, as you'll notice here, we're only going to use marginal verbs, which means we can and we must conjugate those verbs. I need to study tonight, present simple, okay. But if I wanted to use it in past, I needed to study yesterday, okay. That's the first one. Can you guys give me example? Just like Hamza gave a great example. You need to fix the AC. Okay? Why? Do I look hot and shiny? All right. Give me your examples, guys, with need. I need to speak with you. Good. Very good. Another example. She needed to have... Oh, Hamza, almost. You have a tiny little mistake because you're also using a causative clause to have something to have something done. Sorry, you can't use got in this case. She needed to have her car fixed. I need to study hard. I need to help you. I need to speak English more fluently. I need to sleep. Very good, guys. Perfect. I need to send a message. Good. But we can also use have to. Okay, very often we only use have to for obligation, but it's absolutely fine with necessity as well. And again, it's a marginal modal, so we can and must conjugate it. So what's my example? What did I say? I have to learn a few words of Chinese before I go to Beijing. This is not an obligation, but it's something that I have to do. Okay, so again, I can change the tense. I had to learn Portuguese before going to Brazil. Okay? Then, what are your examples, guys? So try to use have to now. Have to. Let's see what you come up with. You have to follow the rules. Yes, but this is a little bit more like an obligation. It's true. It can be borderline. It will depend on the context. I have to get some sleep. That works much better. Any other examples, guys? Must expresses external obligation, while have to an internal obligation. That's true, Hamza. That's true. Okay, when we focus on obligation, absolutely. I have to speak fluently. I have to get some free time. You have to go now. Okay, good. Very good. I have to go to the hospital because I feel sick. I have to learn. Ali, I think it would be better to say I have to pass my driving test. I have to stop smoking if I want to feel better. Absolutely. I have to go early so I can catch the train. You have to go there. Very good. Okay? So as you see, need to, have to can both be used for necessity. This is the most general, normal type of necessity. Just one thing that is important to notice, need to, okay, in positive, has to be followed by to if you have a verb after, okay? Always have the to. Shreyf, I know I tried to do Google Hangout again, but my internet is just so bad it doesn't work. Yeah, I know. But don't worry, I was saying that at the beginning. I'm going to move house very soon, within a month. So when I move house, I will probably have optic fiber, which means the connection will be much better. But it's not that I don't want to do the Google Hangout. It's just, it's not working. Sorry. All right, so let's go on to now. Yeah, I have to have better internet. Good one, very good. Absolutely. Okay, let's now go on to lack of necessity. What does lack of necessity mean? What do you think? Comment that. Tell me what lack of necessity means. Nobody? Exactly. It means that you don't need to do something. That something is not necessary. Okay? So, here we have a lot more rules. All of those. So, let me just prepare one thing 1 second so we don't see everything at once. I know, I came prepared. Okay. So, lack, okay, that's how we spell it, L-A-C-K, of necessity. Lack is similar to absence, okay? So, we're going to use, that's where you have to be very careful, needn't, and then this symbol means nothing after. No to if you say needn't. But if you say don't need, you must have the to. Okay? That's a good one. Lake, lake, luck, lick, lack. Okay? You have not to, Nabiel, doesn't work. If you want to say don't have to, that's correct. But not have to, you need to conjugate it. That's the next rule though, Nabiel. Hold on a second. So, don't, needn't or don't need to. For example, okay, so sorry. We use it to talk about lack of obligation, okay? Either in the future or in the present. That will depend on the context, okay? You will be able to understand if it's present or past, present or future, depending on the context. And my example was, you don't need to come to my house tonight, or you needn't come to my house tonight. Good? The same. It's the same. Okay? You needn't come. No to. Very important. Otherwise, it's incorrect. Let's continue then with the next rule. Actually, sorry guys. Give me an example. Give me an example using needn't, because I'm sure you know how to use need. So let's focus on needn't. Example. Oh, can you see the full example? Yeah. Okay, I'm waiting for your examples, guys. Let's go. I needn't sing tonight. Good. Good, Shrif. Well done. Hop. What else do we have? You needn't bring anything. Perfect. You don't need to drive today. I needn't go out. Perfect. You've got it. Awesome. Very good. So then, the one you mentioned, Nabiel, is the next one. So let me just fold that again. I wish I had a real board. It would be so much easier, so much more pleasant for you guys to watch as well. When I move house, I'll get a real board. She needn't be so sweet. Very good. Okay? So my next rule, don't have to. It's literally the same. Same use, okay? To talk about lack of obligation in the present or in the future. For example, you don't have to come with me to the supermarket. Okay? You needn't wear sunglasses. Good. So now guys, examples with don't have to. Hamza, very good, but don't forget your subject. Okay? Could be you don't have to come early, but you need your subject, always in English. Oh, Shrif, you want a video about my new house? Maybe I'll make a video. I'll see. She doesn't have to stay with her boyfriend forever. So, have you noticed how here we need the to again? Yep, don't forget it. I don't have to work today. Good for you, Koke. Nice. Okay, any other examples? Hiya, Shuj. Nice to see you back. Alright guys, my don't need to example. The rule doesn't have to be so hard. Yeah, I wish, huh? It would be much nicer if it was easier. Okay. Shrif, they have to prepare for the trip. That is not lack of necessity. This is necessity or obligation, okay? You don't have to go with your friends. Wonderful, works perfectly. You don't have to do this activity. No, you don't, that's true. So yes, it's true, Hamza, we sometimes don't say it. I mean, we do, but it's almost, you can't hear it. But in general, make sure you put your subject. It's much better because it can be complicated to understand. So always prefer to put your subject unless it's an imperative, okay? It's much better. Okie dokie, what else? So Bella, your subject again. I don't have to put makeup on, because I'm beautiful. You are. Very good. He doesn't have to laugh at this joke. Good. You don't have to play football with my team, Ali. Don't forget the to. I don't have to watch, guys. This to is super important. Let me... Okay, it's essential here. You need to say to. You have to say to. We don't have to go to the movie. They don't have to play every day. Good job. Oh, Shrif, I do. You should see my face in the morning. It doesn't look like that. Okay, are we good with this one? Let's go on to the next rule. I think we can. So that's where things are getting a little bit more complicated. So hold on. Let me fold my paper again. So now, guys, we are going on to lack of necessity, but for the past, okay? The rules I've given you before were for present and future, and now we're going on to past, okay? So, let's see. We're going to use needn't again, all right? So with needn't, we are not going to use to. Needn't is going to be followed by have, and then by a verb in past participle. So, hold on. We're going to use it to say that someone did something, but it was unnecessary. It was not necessary. Here's my example. Thanks for the flowers, but you needn't have brought them for me. Which means... I went to a party, I had flowers with me, and I gave them to the hostess or the host, the person who's hosting the party. Okay, and the person takes the flowers and say, oh, Maureen, that's so nice, but you needn't have brought any flowers. Okay, it was not necessary. I did it, and it wasn't necessary. But it's very important to say that keep in mind that it means that you have done it despite it not being necessary. Understand? Alright, guys. Try to give me an example to show me that you understand. Let's go. Let me show you the rules again. I'll keep them here. Oh, should I just fold that? Oh yeah, much better. Okay, so we needn't have studied the cancel part of the subject. Needn't have studied. Okay, Shrif, be careful with the last one. Exactly, you had forgotten the have. We needn't have brought or bought all these shoes. Okay, Hamza, again, be careful, guys. Don't forget this have. So your sentence, Hamza, should be, I have read your letter, but you needn't have apologized with a D, okay? Because regular verbs in past participle are just the verb plus ed. Marco, we needn't have gone. Very good. Any more? You need not have made this live on YouTube. All right, well, I think I did, but good sentence. You need not have given me money because I have a lot. Good. She needn't have given her friend another present. Perfect. Thank you, ma'am, but you need not have done. Good. Just be careful, Ashuj. This sentence requires an object. So you needn't have done... What can you do? You needn't have done... I can't think of a thing to say with done at the moment. I'm having a little bit of a blank. All right. It was nice for you to carry my baggage, but you needn't... All right. Bella, you needn't have carried it. Luggage is uncountable. He needn't have done. Hamlet said that phrase. Did he? Ah, interesting. Okay, guys. Good. Should we have a look at the next one? That next one is probably going to confuse you a tiny bit. Thank you for the lesson, but you needn't have thanked us for joining the live. So good, Nabiel. You even put the ing structure after for. Perfect. Good. You need not have... Ingwa, be careful. You need not have done anything for me. Okay? Sorry, Leomar. Nice for stopping by. See you soon. She needn't have carried this stanky material. Okay? Good. Next one. Let's go. Okay, so you'll have them next to each other to see because they're very similar. Okay, so now we forget needn't. We're back to didn't, need to, and then you'll have a verb in infinitive, okay? So we're going to use that to say that something was not necessary. But we don't know whether the person did it or not. Okay, that we don't know. All we're saying is that it was not necessary. Okay, so here, my example I have. Oh, it's a bit crooked. In the past, people didn't need to get visas to travel. So maybe some people did it. Okay, we don't know about that. But what is important in this last point is that it was not necessary. Okay? So, we don't know if it was done, but it's unnecessary. Let's see. You want me to repeat this one again, guys? Okay. So, remember how in the first one, needn't have plus past participle, we said that the person did it. We know that the person did it, but it wasn't necessary. So, you brought flowers, and the person says, oh, no, you needn't have brought the flowers. Okay? It was not necessary. But let's say here, I asked my friend, how was their party last night? Okay? And I said, oh, and did you have to bring a present? And they'll say, oh, no, we didn't need to bring a present. Okay? So maybe some of the people brought a present, but that we don't care about it. What matters is that it was not necessary. Does that help a little bit better? Is that better? It was a lovely party, but you didn't need to have all that food. You didn't need to... Yeah, that works. Yeah. She didn't need to travel by horse. No. English communication, just one thing. Be careful. Because you're saying nowadays, you are speaking about things in general, which means it would be better to use a present simple. Okay, so your example should be, she doesn't need to travel by horse nowadays. Okay. Koke, I didn't need to speak English when I was a child. Yes, maybe you did, but what matters is that it was not necessary. Perfect. Very good. Any other last example, guys? No? Yes, no? All right, I'll take that as a no. Should we practice a little bit? Little exercise? You didn't need to play football all the time. Okay, we would need a little bit of context to understand what you're referring to, but grammatically it's correct. She did not need to play with the children. Okay, Hamza, again, be careful with your subject. I didn't need all that stuff. Bella, so if you didn't get that, remember what is important. Both refer to something in the past that was not necessary. Both refer to something unnecessary. The difference is here, the person did it. And you're just emphasizing the fact that, okay, it's nice that you did it, but you didn't have to. In this one, we don't care whether the person did it or not. What matters is that it's not necessary. So I understand it's very confusing because it's so similar. But what matters is, did you do it or not? Okay? If you don't know, that's the one you want. The didn't need to. If you know the person did it, needn't have. You didn't need to wash the dishes. How can we know that the person did that? Here, Shrif, it will depend on the context. Of course, these are just random sentences. They lack context. With the context, it will be a lot clearer. Okay? But at least, do you feel that you understand the rule? Do you understand the rule? We were invited, but we didn't need to drive there. We took a cab. Okay, that's good, Hamza. Okay. Shrif, what is it that you don't understand? Tell me. Let's go back to the example of the party. So in this one, I'm the one bringing the flowers. Excuse me. Went down the wrong pipe. So in the first one, I went to the party, so I know that I did it, that I brought the flowers. Yes? So that's why I say needn't have, because I know I did it. It was me. But if it's just my friends telling me about the party, here I don't really know who brought a present or not. All I want to know is if it was necessary. So in this case, didn't need to plus the infinitive. Okay? All right, so needn't doesn't mean it was done. Yes, if you say this one, needn't have, with the have, okay, English communication, have and the past participle, it does mean you've done it. Okay? Let's practice. Put that away. My poor little poster hanging there. Nobody can see it. You did not need to send this email. Perfect. Very good. Okay, so let me just take my book. In case any of you are wondering, this is the book that I work with. Okay? It's a B2 book, this one. The first certificate for English, the Cambridge exams. It's a good book. In case you're, looking for a book. I like this series. That's the one we use at work, and it works pretty well. Okay, I think there was one more example. Your friends didn't need to bring all these presents. That's good, Shrif. Perfect. Didn't need to doesn't imply it was done. Exactly, Hamza. Didn't need to doesn't imply that it was done. Perfect. Very good. You did not need to go there. Okay, so My examples, my exercise. What I'm going to do, I'm going to read you sentences with two modal possibilities. And of course, you have to choose the one that is correct. So once you know which one it is, just type it and then we'll correct. Ready? I don't know where to look on the screen. It's very confusing. Is it available online? That's a very good question. I honestly don't know. Yeah, you probably can. I think you can. Yeah. You should be able to access a book online. You probably have also just online version where you just pay for that. Yeah, I think you can. I think you can. Okay. So, let's have a look. I'm going to read the sentence. Just choose the correct option. If you are arrested, you don't have to, or you are not allowed to answer all the police's questions. So what do you think? I'll read it one more time. If you're arrested, you don't have to, or you're not allowed to answer all the police's questions. Which one is correct? Don't have to, are not allowed to. Okay, guys, good. Don't have to. Perfect. If I use are not allowed to, what am I expressing with that? So it's not necessity anymore. What am I expressing with are not allowed to? So you guys, don't have to is correct. Good. And what does not allowed to imply? Sorry. I'm not speaking correctly. Don't have to is the correct answer indeed, but not allowed to, what does that express? Good. Prohibition. Well done, Trif. Good. So yeah, all of those questions are pretty much going to be about police, law, criminals, because it's a topic on criminals. Exactly, it means that it's not permitted, it's not allowed. Wonderful. Next one. Witnesses mustn't or don't have to tell lies in court. Witnesses don't have to or mustn't tell lies in court. What's correct? Mustn't or don't have to? Good. Mustn't. What does mustn't express? So, Koke, the answer is must not. Hey, Shamgaraj. Hello. Must not. It is a law, okay? So basically, it's a prohibition, okay? So if you want the opposite of obligation, very good. Okay, mustn't or must not, prohibition. But don't have to is lack of necessity. In this context, we needed obligation. Good job. Next one. We must or had to stay in our prison cells for up to 23 hours per day. It was awful. Again. We must or we had to stay in our prison cells for up to 23 hours per day. It was awful. Okay, ojo, Nabiel, we don't have mustn't here. It's either must or had to. So guys, listen to my last sentence. I said, we must, had to stay in our prison cells for up to 23 hours a day. It was awful. Which means I'm expressing something in the past, correct? Can must be used to express something in the past? Nope, exactly. So in this case, the only possible option was had to. So this, guys, when you do little exercises on modals, focus on all those little details. Do I have a conjugated verb after? Can I put an auxiliary? What is the tense? This is going to guide you and help you choose the correct tense. All right, last one. We must, or we have to carry our identity cards all the time. What's the correct option? We must, or we have to carry our identity cards all the time. Which one is correct? Okay, so we have some people saying have to. Depends on the country. Okay, yeah. Have to, must, have to. Ooh, it's a little bit mixed here. So was it you, Hamza, who explained the rules earlier? Because obviously we're talking about obligation and the difference between must and have to in this particular sentence. Okay, let me just check the messages. What are you guys saying? Okay. One second, guys. Yep. All right. Yeah, it was you, Hamza, yeah? Okay, good. I was just trying to check if it was you. So, why are we using have to then? Because who is forcing you to carry your identity card? Is it you? Do you force yourself to do it? Tell me. No, it's the government who tells you to carry the identity card, yes? So in this context, have to is better. Okay? Alright, guys, so we've pretty much seen the rules for today. So just very quick review. Remember, there are marginal modals. Those ones don't follow these rules or only some of these rules. Okay? So our marginals, our rules, can you see? Yep, up. Then our pure modals. Woo! I almost fell. Ding. Okay, our pure modals. Remember the little song? Can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, must. Okay. Then these were our rules for necessity in general. Okay. So these examples are all in present, but those are marginal modals, so we can just naturally conjugate them and use them for both, well, not both, present, past, and future. No problem at all. And then we had a look at the opposite of necessity, at lack of necessity, using don't have to, needn't, don't need to. Then we had needn't have plus a verb in past participle, and we finished with didn't need to plus an infinitive. So if you have a doubt, guys, you can always stop the screen when you rewatch the video. Hop, okay, and just study that hard. Okay, I think I saw a few. Okay, guys, so we're reaching the end of the class. Do you have any last minute questions? Also, I'd like to ask you already, now that you guys are here, what's a topic that you'd like me to cover for next week? Anything in particular that you'd like me to do? Would you like me to continue with the modal verbs and do other uses? I've also seen people asking about so and such. More people asking about conditionals again. So what's something you'd like me to do, guys? More modals, Shrif, okay, so that's one possibility. Anything else? Because I can also, you know, focus on designing more activities, quizzes on those things as well. Negative polarity items. What do you refer to with negative polarity? Because also, guys, remember that in English, some things can be called differently. So I might use a word that you don't use. For example, the marginal modals, I've seen people call them the semi-modals. So can you just explain what you're referring with negative polarity? Because I'm not sure what you're referring to here. Writing tips. Not again. That's a good idea. Can you make it how to write, okay. What you mean, Bella, by how to write? Do you refer to how to do an essay, how to do a letter, or what else are you referring to? Is that what you want? Hello, Amidullah. Hapa. Nice to meet you. Essays, yeah, essays could be a good one. Oh, gerund and infinitive. That is a hard one. Yeah, okay. I can give you some tips for that as well. That's a good idea. Ever, never. Okay, yep. Okay, I gotcha. With those little adverbs. Okay, good. Yes, Shrif, I'm going to do a Facebook Live. I hope it's going to be next week. I think it will be next week. Yeah. Okay, what else do you have? Vocabulary? Any particular topic that you'd like me to cover, Hamza? Thank you, Ashush. You too. No more grammar. Yeah, I know. Grammar can be annoying and boring. Traveling and tourism. Okay. Job interview. That's another really good one. Okay, you've given me quite a few good ideas, guys. I like that. All right, we are almost hitting the 1 hour mark. So I think it's pretty much time to go now. I have a pretty big weekend. I am doing an escape room this afternoon with another teacher that you probably all know about. But you'll have to follow my Facebook or my Instagram to know who it is. Haha. How to understand movies. I like that. How to express wishes. Good, good, good. What do I teach, Hamidullah? Well, I change a little bit every week. I don't know if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram as well. I sometimes do vocabulary quizzes, grammar quizzes. I teach you expressions, sometimes a little bit of pronunciation with tongue twisters. Just a lot of different things. Oh, I don't know, Shrif. Maybe. All right, guys, I'm going to go. It's time to have lunch. It's 3:30 here, and I'm starving. All right, guys, thank you so much. Ooh, what's the name on Facebook? My Little English Page. Is My Little English Page on everything. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, the blog as well. So just type My Little English Page and you will find me. You can even find me on Snapchat, but I don't use Snapchat. Okay, well, thank you so much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, thank you so much for coming. It's really nice to have motivated people that comment and actively participate. So, thank you, guys. All right, that's it for today, and keep on learning. Bye-bye, guys. Have a good weekend. All right. Amidullah, My Little English Page. Everywhere. Keep on learning, guys. Bye-bye. See you soon.